Well, like I said before, Indy's not using that intro at all for, haven't done a live stream in about a month at least. So, hey, might as well keep it warm. Remember what a live stream of hers is all about here. And so, she went, her normal schedule was like 3 live streams a week, at least 3. Couple of them on YouTube here, and at least one on Fansly. It's like, come on, yeah. We've had a busy day on this other side of the front here. Decided today is Dog Pilot and Pedo Day. We're going to try and drive Richard, Gene Grabbers, whatever. I posted a link on there, but drive him away because the man is a reprobate. He is an admitted pedophile. He likes his 14-year-old boys, and apparently to openly talking about it over on Discord. He keeps, he knows better than to say anything on Twitter because he get banned in about 10 seconds. So wouldn't even have to report him. The algorithm is picking him up probably. Bye. But apparently on Twitter, on Discord, he thinks he's bulletproof. But to an extent, he's got everyone scared over there because apparently the way they operate, it's like if he got reported for a tweet, they could just look at the thing. Who was on here? But guys, if everybody reports him, then I think we can probably start whittling away at him bit by bit, get him off of Twitter, get him off of Discord, make it clear to Indy, no, this person is not to be tolerated. And being a victim of rape and essentially child molestation itself, this should be obvious. We shouldn't have to explain this to you, Indy. Come on. Don't give me this. Oh, he's a fret me. That's how they operate. That's how groomers operate. They become your friend. They win your trust. They sucker you in. And then bit by bit, they start dropping away everything you've set up for you would never do. Well, you're producing, you're doing. That's what you're doing now. Shall we go through all of the rules you set for yourself that you have now violated and destroyed? One was working solo. So you could build up, do a one-on-one relationship with your viewer, and at the end, that's what your stated purpose. And when you said why you do this, we want to help lonely guy make a connection, make him feel a little less lonely. Well, that's going out the window if you're now going to start doing group videos with Lana and whatever weirdo she drags in through the door, because she does she does group stuff, she does mixed thing. And let's see. You'd also think of never fucking a fan. Well, what do you think Lana is? She's an Uber fan. I bet you the one thing when you get into her, a little studio there, it feels just like yours because it's, the thing's set up just about like yours. Feel right at home. That's the plan there. Get you sucking, and then like, and let's see. You kind of express a little, because one thing you're talking about, some, I don't know if I get the topic exactly, but see, something, I would rather do bukkake than say, well, yeah, guess what, sweet cheeks, it's coming. Because I bet you a big part of that little, little gangbang stuff is you're going to be the target and you're going to take a cum bath. Old Lana's going to bring in a bunch of her little boy toys and they're going to jack off all over you. At what point does your OCD kick on and realize this is not what I signed up for? Okay. Or how much weed are they making you smoke to go along with this shit so far? And this whole thing. And I nailed it. I told you exactly what it's going to be. You can't go back to Seattle. He knows where you live. You got to stay down here in L.A. where we can keep you safe. Nobody keeps safe in Los Angeles, for God's sake. It's a fucking crime, a war zone. And again, I tackled this on thing. Even from, if I don't know Seattle. I know your address, but I don't know Seattle very well. Last time I was there was 1977. Okay? I was 13. I wasn't driving. Okay? And even then, I'm sure things have changed a lot in the past, let's see, 45 years, 46 years. I think your dad was probably in grade school up there at the time. Whereas L.A., I can make my way around L.A., okay? I know people in L.A. The only person in Los Angeles really is your sister. And best guess, she's about as far away from you as your folks are from you in Seattle. Only they're not dealing with the LA freeway system to get down to you. Your dad, depending on the time of day, could be there in less than an hour. Your sister is at least an hour away because the 405 was a fucking nightmare. Okay? And going surface streets is even crazier. So like, on a good day, she's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Okay? Unless she answers the call like 2 in the morning. That's the point where finally the traffic is down to reasonable on that fucking, thing of blacktop. And again, up in Seattle, you got friends, you got family within easy reach. Okay, you got history. Yes, we need some encouragement here. Okay, you know the area, you're familiar with the area. I don't think the dogs would have. Plus, also, there's just the aesthetic. Have you noticed the air in Los Angeles kind of sucks? There's a reason why for a number of years cars in California had special rules and special equipment because to deal with the smog. Okay. I mean, I got out there in the Air Force, out at Norton Air Force Base out in San Bernardino. That one's especially because the thing is, not only do you got the LA smog, LA pollution, and it blows, it does blow inward, so unless you're on the coast, you're going to be in it anyway. It blows all the way to San Bernardino and gets right up against those San Bernardino mountains. I first got out there and looking around, it's a bad thing. You couldn't even see the damn mountains. Then one day the wind change blew it all out. Holy crap, where'd that mountain range come from? I mean, literally, it's like, holy crap, where'd that, So yeah, the air, you think, I tell you, the worst day in Seattle is a clear day they pray for in Los Angeles, okay? See, I forget if you have any, respiratory issues, but if you start sticking around LA, you'll have them. You'll develop them big time. Take a big old deep breath on a smoggy day. It's like, smoking an entire pack of cigarettes right there and there. And again, they're leading the country in homelessness right now. It's just, they had an area of Skid Row. They tried to incorporate as their own damn town. There's so many people there. No, I could not recommend that. Why do you think people are leaving California in droves? Like, cross country trip, cross country move is going to be fucking expensive anyway. The only bright part is that U-Haul will give you a discount because they're losing so many trucks. They need trucks to come back. None of them are. That's the one part of there'll be a dirt cheap on a rental truck, moving giving into California. But other than that, it's insane. The rent, I guarantee you, is a lot higher for less room than what you're paying in Seattle right now. Okay. So and again, I don't think the dogs would appreciate it gets hot. It gets hot. And the hot and the smog. And it's like, it ain't worth it, okay? Go back to Seattle, please, for the love of God, for all kinds of reasons, okay? And again, even on the aspect, if you're afraid of me, again, go back to Seattle. It's farther. I don't know it as well. And it wouldn't be hard for me to get to LA, okay? Even driving, if I had a decent car, which I don't. But I just get an I-70, scatter right now. Just eventually you're right into LA, out of that system, and again, I know people in California. Okay, I don't know anybody in Seattle except you. Okay, I know a guy who was from Seattle. But he's in Redlands now, so either way. So any argument about no, you're safer down here, bullshit. Okay, you are safer in Seattle by every stretch of them, every argument. Okay, and also you're already there. You got your apartment set up. If Lana was willing to move to Seattle, if she is so fucking in love with you, see if she'll move up there. But if it's like, no, you have to move down, you have to move down here. And then it's like, no, you are in the trap we've been warning you about all this damn time. I don't know what it's going to take to wake you the hell up. We have been, since this trip, before this trip even started, we're warning you what's going to happen. I called it 3 or 4 times. They're going to say, no, you had to go back to Seattle. You're safer down here with us. We'll take care of you. We'll protect you. Bullshit. You're going to get passed around with a goddamn party favor. Yeah. And these sickos who have invested so much money in you are going to want a return on their investment, okay? That means Richard the pedo. I mean, it's little, I only look, I don't touch. I would never actually do it. Yeah, the fact is you're still looking, is still perpetuating the industry, you asshole. Someone is still being victimized for the sake of your fucking orgasm. So yeah, you are still the problem. That's why even looking at the shit is illegal. Consumption of child pornography is illegal because of sick fucks like you that keep it going. You are the market, you're the demand the supply is meeting. There are guys in jail who didn't touch, just looked. Somebody check his hard drive. And do you think you're keeping him from, diverting him? No, you're not. You're just one more notch on the list there. He's still looking. And he's still jacking off to it. And also guarantee he's not seeing the habit just when he feels sticky on his hand. He finally figured out he's come. And the rest of you sick fucks who defend him, I don't know if you're better or worse, but you're in the same fucking category. I can only figure you're probably pedos yourselves. So yeah, Indy, you got a major house cleaning to do. You got to get rid of these fucks. Excuse me. And that was kind of today's activity. Shouting as high every route that we could. This guy's a pedo. Get rid of him. Drive him out. Make him clear he is not welcome. Again, your audience has loaded with people who have gone through, being molested as kids, and just you have been gone through this. Why do you tolerate his presence? You know goddamn well how they operate. You've been a victim of these assholes. They don't just jump at you and start ramming you. They suck up to you first. They're so nice and friendly and saying all kinds of nice things, and then next thing you know, bam! You wonder why your ass is bleeding. And then, of course, we got the other one. Again, they all got their own separate motivations, but they're all in line there. Mistron is trying to build his own family by remote, since he can't bother to, do anything with his own. Dude is just a fucking crazy man. Raven or whatever other half-dozen screen names say. She's just a bitch. I understand her trans, but bitch is a bitch. And same sort of thing as with Lana. You're a grift. They figure, hey, here's the ticket to the big time. Start doing pictures of this one. She's ranked high up. She was ranked high up. So you guys started getting your claws in there. You're dragging her rating down. You're destroying what people signed up for in the first place this year. They're leaving. But as far as Lana's guns goes, you're still ranked in the 50s. She's down in the 400s. She wants that 100,000 view plaque. She wants this, because, you got over 10 times as many subscribers as she has. She wants to get part of that action. She loves you because what you can do for her in that regard. She doesn't give a shit about you as a person. But I also apparently, apparently somehow thinks she's modeling her career on you. She's copying so much stuff, but again, she's not doing what you do. She doesn't do all. She's not doing just solo work. She's doing group. She's getting nailed by guys and doing group stuff. And apparently, what we're told, she's already got up a channel set up just for you and her. And again, before anybody says, don't give me the pronoun thing, nobody's going to look at a picture of those two naked and tell me either one of them is a guy, okay? I don't give a flying fuck about, no, bullshit, okay? Biology will play out, kids. I think in your case, Indy, sooner than Lana the fucking dog. And I can pick out little signs. It is already getting a little old for it. That's why they keep really bombarding you. Oh no, you're a good boy. You need to chop your tits off. You'll be hotter than ever because things are slipping a bit. You're wanting to grow your hair back out. If they don't get the nipples right, you're not gonna go along with the boob job. No, you have to. I'll pay for it, please. Come on, all right. It's not taking Mickey, Indy, because it's not legitimate and you fucking know it. Come on. Tell you also, I just went through like 4 years of your high school yearbooks, all back to your senior, out to your freshman. I got some questions when this is all over with about why you didn't derive for more stuff, okay? I'm not going to go into details because, again, the next time someone throws somebody at me claiming to be your high school boyfriend, I'm not going to do their homework for them, Look up your own shit, assholes, okay? They're not her friends. They're fucking groomers. They've been twisting her for months now. And again, she has been groomed 2 times before. This is a hat trick. They're not being supportive. They're being manipulative. They're not her friends. Her friends are the ones fighting to get her out of this shit. God. These guys are supporting an admitted pedophile. Who I think is kind of their driving force to really push her to go through this. None of this is organic. She did not come to this decision on her own. She was prodded every step of the fucking way. Working on all the anxiety she's built up for the past 7 years, okay? Yeah, well, I'm not going to put it that way, but the thing is, again, one of her things was doing live streams. And again, mostly when, she really hadn't done anything like, she had done the cam stuff years ago. She hadn't done it in forever. She was just, her live stream was really just hanging out. She wasn't doing the big, elaborate cum shows. She was just hanging out and talking to folks and hanging, that was one of the appeals. We get to actually hang out with her and just talk, and a few times let's say watching a movie. So everyone queue up this movie on Netflix and we'll watch it together. It's like not doing anything, and that was just hanging out with her. That was and kind of getting to know her a bit, and people, and again. Yeah, also they're kind of trying to mass report my ass. Okay, they're constantly, we need to mass report me for harassment and stuff. Oh, really? Well, back at you, bitch. I got the MC, her Raven account got blocked for a while for for doxing my ass because they're right on the hill. Then it's not when she was still bragging about having you called me on that one night. Oh, really? Have fun with this. And I got a report. Yeah, we locked the account. I don't know how she got it back so damn fast. Maybe first offenses, type of thing. But I guarantee you, if we can get a report to stick on Richard's fat ass, that he's a pedophile, his account is gone. Because that's a no tolerance thing. Now, again, I don't know what Discord's policy is on that, but I would think they would have something similar. Yeah. Now, Timothy is kind of, the voice of moderation in this one, trying to say, oh, you really want to go down this way? No, I'm committed. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Come on, say something else stupid. Yeah. Again, what she was wanting to do. I can pull up the video here, but I have to go through like half of it. But her reasons for I think a lot of it is tied up with the crap she went through as a kid growing up, because she was first groomed and eventually raped by a couple of guys in middle school. and then going through all and other stuff through her teenage years is going to happen. And once she turned 18, she started doing the porn, basically taking all these stuff and just monetizing it. So I kind of applaud her for that. It actually turned it a bit of a thing. I hope that's directed at him and not me, Tim. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. But her earliest, she has since scrubbed these, by the way, from her porn thing. But her earliest ones were with her high school boyfriend. But that one didn't quite fit the other ones where she's. Okay, that's good. I know we've had a few words. It's like, and again, I will cop to a lot of this, but this is personal though. I am frankly, I have a certain level of affection for her because there's a good person there. There is a good-hearted person there. What she's doing, she's doing it for very good reasons and and they have used and they've twisted around, and she is a victim of this. She's been groomed like a fucking poodle at the Westminster Dog Show, and but they've taken such a long time to build up to this, which is what they do. But this is probably more organized than it's ever had, because like previous times it's been like just one guy and maybe one or two guys who done it, but this is like a whole group. They've built it up like a whole little personal sex cult. And again, there's a large, they've gotten very personally attached to her. Some of it gave parasocially, but again, words. Okay. A lot of people have gone through similar things because she's been very open about her past, Okay, he's gone. But she's about her struggles and her trauma and her laundry list of anxiety disorders. Borderline personality disorder, OCD, PTSD. Generally, it's all over the damn place. Okay, I want a clarification on that one, Teef. Because, one, you're in my house now, asshole. Okay? Mm-hmm. Steph's not the only one with a band hammer, okay? I got one I like to use occasionally. Tim has got one, okay? So, you want to talk your shit? Again, like Andy is often, this is not a debate, okay? This is, someone who's obviously been twisted around and groomed and is now about to be passed around like a fucking party favor at a party at some point in the near future. Yep, you're gone. Okay. I know them words. Yep, your asshole's gone. Again, if someone actually wants to actually talk about it, fine. But if you're here to start throwing shit around and trying to cause a mess, no, not happening. Okay? I kind of look at it, welcome to Latveria. I'm Dr. Doom. Yeah. You play nice, you be treated nice, but you get out of line, I will zap your ass. Okay? And again, I get notified Indy. One, I would like Indy to show up just to show that she's still fucking alive and able to communicate. We cannot trust anything coming out of her channel right now. Because after going through the setting, and some of the, she has not shown anything. Oh yeah, you got Tim pissed off now. You gone and done it now. You got Tim pissed. But yeah, right now, because again, going through and adjusting, working in my own privacy settings, you can give someone else access to your own account. So they, again, I'm assuming this is for the larger accounts, the mega celebrities who don't have time to do this themselves, and so they have their staff going, answering DMs and stuff like that, or There we go. Yeah, good. Give him an excuse. You know, but again, we figure if India's done this, and there's no reason to believe she hasn't given control of her own Twitter feed to her mods, then we can't trust anything coming out of her Twitter feed right now. And there's plenty of reason to not trust anything coming out of her Twitter feed. The only recent pictures is like a couple of her at Disney, one with her and Lana sitting by the pool, but nothing that we can say came from after the big hookups here. She has not done a live stream or even, from in a month. All the videos that are being posted, like on TikTok or on Fansly, or even are done from before she left Seattle on this trip. Pre-recorded material that So yeah, we need some proof of life here, Indy. We need some actual proof that you are still breathing and can still communicate. Or are your handlers keeping you in a closet somewhere, doped up to the gills, and they're just because as distinct as writing styles are in posts, yours would not be hard to fake, I'm afraid. Especially these guys that studied you thing on that one. It would not be hard to fake a post from you. So let me see what this is about here. We got. All right, this. I have. I like a lot of people getting followed by a lot of bots, but so when I find someone that's actually seems like a real person, yeah, sure, I'll give it back there. I'm assuming I've done something to draw their attention. And since certainly in the past 48 hours, it's all been this, except for the occasional retweeting a post from somewhere else. Okay, on a physical level, just Indy is 5'4", 110 pounds. Not a lot of muscle there. It's like, even in my better condition, it'd probably be a fair fight. I mean, now there's one of the things regarding the size. One of the things that's been exploited in this is the size of her tits, and frankly, going through all of her old pictures, I think it may have happened kind of actually a little late, because they came on full force. But she's got listed as double D. I'm not sure she's actually a double D in the first place. No, there's a couple in the groomer list, that you can certainly beat the living fuck out of, and I'll help. I'll pop the popcorn and we'll sit back and laugh. But she does have a very slight frame, and they are probably too big for her. Certainly, the way she's been dealing with them until now. The binder is probably the best thing for her right now to get But realistically, while she's down in L.A., she needs to go to one of these Jeanette bra shops and get properly fitted. That is something they're hoping they start doing, because now they got 4 stores in the LA area and 2 in Atlanta. They need to branch out and it's really go nationwide. Because that's one thing that's been brought to my attention. So many women go through life, they never get properly fitted for their bra. That is especially with the bigger tits. Because they are heavy, they get, they throw you back up and anything else. Could be, yeah. Well, it's also things like Rosetta took a look at one of Indy's tweets about, I feel so better after. Again, this is also the period where we can't trust anything coming out of that Twitter feed anyway. I'm sorry, but talking about how much better life's getting since becoming a man and everything, and a couple of pictures of her rolling in her bed, and who is she kidding? She has not transitioned. She's not done anything. She's cut her hair short, and she's wearing boyish clothes, mostly t-shirts and shorts, and not bothering with makeup most of the time. But she wasn't doing that big. But there's still, for this stuff. She's still getting dolled up at times. She's still doing the makeup. So what have you done that's really no? I mean, other than like every video having to have a femboy slant to it for the past 6 months, she's done nothing. And she's not going to go on testosterone because she doesn't want to screw up her voice or her features, and she'd just be shaving off the body hair anyway. So there'd be no point to that. The only pro on that one would be maybe building up some muscle mass because she's never been able to do that. But other than that, it's like, cause, no, she's not going on testosterone at all. She's definitely not doing the bottom surgery. She likes DP too much. And plus, what would be the point of that? Because you get this lump there. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't work. There's no way to fit a working penis onto a female body. And the thing is, is also somewhere you got horribly scarred because they got to harvest the tissue from somewhere. So usually it's up here. You got an entire trench where it used to be a layer of skin and fat. Like Scott Nugent on Twitter, and also in the film "What Is a Woman," he'll show up. This is what happened. And unfortunately, it was female to male realized it was a big mistake, but things too late now. Can't all done the surgeries, and it hell of a time to find out this was a mistake. Yeah, again, it's like how trans are you, Indy? You're not. And again, I was what the hell's going on? I've heard the borderline personality being pushed a bit, and trans is the big thing. The first part of that, then I found out that guess what? Certain persons were pulling the strings, nudging her down the road. Again, starting because she occasionally would do because her big thing is cosplay. About 90% of her videos are some kind of cosplay thing. And occasionally there would be a male character show because you have to, to dildo that thing. First one I bought, I think, was a thing. Basically, it was a how-to guide to do a proper dick pic. That's kind of funny. And that's where, kind of a joke about, invented, she does like a blowjob thing on the thing. And they say, don't worry, it's not gay. I got my socks on. I was like, and that's become a running gag in the community. Like, oh, got your socks on? Yeah. But, and occasionally, and started doing a thing with a couple of anime characters, one male, one female, do a split screen thing. And doing that, but that's where started nudging her there. Hey, yeah, you should do more of that. Yeah. And instead of having to stuffing all that long hair up into a short wig, you should cut it for real. Make it a lot easier, make it easier for you. Yeah. Just cut it short, And she did that, and do along the lines there, and really pushing the femboy stuff because these guys really like the femboy stuff, and they're throwing tons of money at her to do the femboy stuff. And they'll eventually start getting used to doing that so much that maybe you actually are trans, You're tapping into something here. You really are trans, and got to the point where, and again, in her chats, one of the levels because you get like $10, give the dogs a snack, $5 or something. $42 is take a hit from a bong. And the resident admitted pedophile, Richard, owned by Gene Gabris, he would throw the $42 donations at her like boom, boom, boom every few minutes. She's getting, Oh, and also the spank bank. And the YouTube thing is a stretch bank, which if she made a mistake during her, like a Japanese thing, you have to go and do stretches. On the fans, it's a spank bank, where it just builds up, and eventually, few days, times down, about a week or so down the road, it builds up, and it's like, well over 100. So it's like each, so it's like 120 or 150. That means like, it's 150, like 75 swats of the paddle on each ass cheek. And so for that, you drop the pants, spank, spank, and then out comes the lotion to suit because you can't really sit very well at that point. But it's like, start and just, closer and closer. And finally, she's, you are trans. And then he did that video. What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm trans. I'm a guy. I wouldn't, but things even then she's let slip. I wish I was born a boy. It's like, guess what? You just said the quiet part out loud. You wish you were born a boy. Because again, at this time, I'm thinking this is just something. But I would confront her online, in her DMs when she was still answering DMs. That you really, and especially when she got noticed she's trying to work up the courage to do top surgery. No, 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 no. That is, because again, chopping off perfectly healthy body parts. Hey, Pedro! Yes, the newest recruit to our little army. Now, chopping off perfectly healthy body parts over a personality disorder is not a smart idea. Personality issues come and go. The tits don't grow back. And there are some idiots who say, "No, they're no, they don't. You get up these estrogen, they're not going to grow back unless they've left something in there, and they generally don't. They also tend to destroy the nerve tissues in there too, because a few people like I got over 24 detransitioners I'm following. The ones who've gone through top surgery, one of the biggest pains in the butt they've got is the fact that they're totally numb up here. They destroyed the nerve endings up here. Which really just hammers it home. You fucked up. Big time. I mean, the fact that any chance they have, when having kids and breastfeed them, nope, gone. Even if they could get reconstruction, no, because they're not going to work. Just be they're not going to look right probably, unless you got a damn good plastic surgeon. They might look natural enough. But I mentioned that and she blew up on me because but it was also based on misreading of what one of her stupid one of the mods I don't think is in on it, but he's a useful idiot. But talked about having kids with and again I guess and again performed that this idiot tends to talk out of line all the time. So that okay, fine, don't Yeah, that's another thing. It's like it's just it's not trying to say some kind of masculine because she's still wonder about because she went to like a PetSmart or something nearby, and this was the store with like huge pride flag behind, and the gal behind was all multicolored hair and kept calling her ma'am, even though she dressed as slumpy as possible and just just walking around. You don't pass, Indy. Sorry. For a number of reasons. Okay, you either you still come off as a girl. Okay, I'm sorry because you are. You're 5'4", 110 pounds. It's like a baggy shirt doesn't matter. You're still as a girl. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Elliot Page's little thing about trans. You look miserable, Elliot. Okay, go back. And this is where there's another case of gone too far. Really, detransition is going to be a pain in the ass in here. Because I haven't heard about her voice has been destroyed. And the thing is, when they do the big double, they don't leave enough skin there in order to do a reconstruction. You'd have to go all kinds of weird, probably to go through a bout of putting air bladders to stretch out the skin enough in order to do a decent reconstruction. But again, little things peeking out of it, in Indy's responses here. That I think just trying to, even just subconsciously trying to find a way out of this corner she's painting herself into. Like talking about, this little things of wanting to grow her hair back out. She used to have she loved having long hair. And the thing about, if they can't get the nipples right, then we're going to have some, okay, well, that's an excuse not to do it. Just stick with a binder from, type of thing. And again, not wanting to go through all the hormones and any kind of other surgeries because it'd be pointless. It's like, and previously she, stated in one of her videos, she does not blame being a girl for what's happened to her. Doesn't blame her gender for anything. So it's just been, screwed up. And again, one of the things that that came up was blamed on me. It was the first one I heard of that one. But something, I don't know if it was a Tumblr post or something, but written by, I'm guessing, a actual psychologist, because the way it's written. Like, I'll pull it up here. As long as we're doing it, might as well pull the thing up here. Actually, let me first fire up the graphics program I use. But it's, because I won't let you pull up just graphic. You got to be in a thing to do. I'll pull up video files. But it's like, going through, and apparently this guy's also looked at a lot of her stuff. Okay, I'll answer that in a minute. But it said, no, this person is not trans. This person is going through some unresolved trauma and doing it in the form of an online reality TV show is probably the worst possible way to deal with this, because he's not making decisions from anything organic and internal. It's based on the response of our audience. Let me see if I can find it here. I think somewhere down here. That's something else. I think it's probably in the production thing. Hold on. And gotta find out where I put those damn things. Maybe capture media management? No. That's, what the hell's that? I don't know what that is. Okay. That's something, but it's not. Yeah. I hate when I do this. Yeah. Look at that again here. Actually, probably in that one. Here we are. Because I have a miscellaneous file and I have a in-basket file. So here we go. And this was actually posted by the later known as Arctigazer, the guy who killed himself over this crap. But he was still known as Brinstar at the time. And to show how freaking nuts these guys are, they immediately started blaming him, accusing him of being me. But, hold on. Here. All right. Put that over here. Put that over here. And let's take a look at this here together. And we'll see the kind of stuff I've been dealing with and having been accused of. There we are. So, let's read along, shall we? That's it. From a psychological perspective, and based on all the information presented to date on her social media and live broadcasts, she is not undergoing a gender transition. She has experienced significant personal insecurity, possibly combined with depression and low self-esteem. It is completely understandable, and it should not be mocked. It is indeed a consequence of over a decade of living in one of the most aggressive industries out there, pornography. And actually, it wasn't over it. She just now, because when she just turned 18, was when she started doing the porn stuff. I think she's probably doing bikini stuff before, which is probably related. But this year is basically 10 years. All right, for more than a decade, she has been portrayed as the dumb blonde, the bimbo, the one who does what her master commands, the one abused by her stepbrother, or some fictional character in a video. And yeah, a lot of this stuff has been, so and so gets caught, has to do something, has to do something for your stepbrother. Let's see. She has received thousands of comments from men all over the world calling her derogatory names such as bitch, whore, or any other similar term. This has taken a toll on her mental well-being. She has been surrounded by the idea that men are dominant and women are submissive for over a decade. This belief has now transformed into the belief that if I become a man, I will be stronger, dominant, and respected. She is so confused in this aspect that many of us can remember she mentioned that she would continue making videos as a she. No, it didn't change, I think. Showing her breasts, etc., but they would be less frequent. Now she mentions that she is considering surgery to have them removed, influenced by the persistent requests from her followers, specifically Gene, who want to continue seeing that type of... influenced by the persistent requests from her followers who want to continue seeing that old type of content. She is making decisions based on the response from her audience rather than what she may truly be feeling. And she's monetizing all that. It's a reality show that will hurt her a lot. Losing their breasts is a highly traumatic experience for a woman, and if she makes that decision solely based on the influence of her social media, she could be making a decision from what she won't ever recover. It appears that with each passing day, her decisions seem to be driven by the desire to teach a lesson to transphobes and misogynist men in general, me in particular, seems likely, rather than being solely focused on a genuine gender transition. It is indeed a recommendation from a psychologist. If she truly wants to transition to either completely withdraw from all social media platforms, well, sure, for at least 6 months to a year, and attending gender-affirming therapy. In therapy, she can receive guidance and undergo assessment to determine if she desired the transition is genuine or if it may be influenced by severe insecurity, depression, and any other psychological disorder. Well, things that's not going to happen because her groomers get to her through social media. That's how they keep pounding this on her, and calling her such a good boy, such a handsome boy. Yeah. And additionally, gender-affirming therapy can provide support in navigating this. Yeah. Otherwise, this TV drama reality that she's doing will end very bad for her. And this is her response. Who fucking asked? Oh my God, I'm begging you to spend time writing this. So it's like, again, this is when it starting to blame everything on me. When I became the quintessential devil in this matter. And I got wind of this. Guys, this is not even my writing style, okay? But I consider, it looks like it was written by an actual psychologist. I consider it confirmation that I got it right. Because one of the little arguments we had in DMs was like, take this to one of your therapists, see if I'm anywhere in the ballpark here. And I laid out pretty much the same thing. That this is not real. That there's something else is going on here. You got some trauma that is driving all this. It has nothing to do with your gender per se. But again, this is before, the pieces have fallen lately. That this is not an organic process. This has been pushed. This has been steered by her moderators. And that's when it's like, okay, it's war. Okay, this is war now. Okay, because she has been manipulated. They have played her like a fucking Stradivarius, working on those anxieties, feeding into them. The constant barraging of the light. Oh, you're such a sweet boy. You're a good, handsome boy. We're such a Mistral playing the proud papa. Filling in for, what I can only see is her both of her parents are pretty successful executive in their own right type of thing. And yeah, you can't change. This is no. And again, even if this was right, it's like this is not right. Okay, you're not. This isn't the way. I've followed some genuine transsexuals people, and I've followed a lot of detrans people. This is not how it works. Okay. Even the detransition who did it, the proper way, eventually figured this is not right. I mean, like I said, Ryan Barnes, known as Supervillain Salty on YouTube and other things. She went on testosterone for about a year or so, was scheduled for top surgery. But that was kind of the wake-up call that, okay, this just became real. She was already having lingering doubts there. And she passed as a guy, but she got the low voice. She can sing bass, okay? She's wrecked her voice. But, it's still great. But, again, she'd be going like to Walgreens and looking at the makeup aisle. Okay, that's kind of, looking at the dresses and sorts. She's kind of missing and really kind of pulling back. And then finally, I don't think this is the right move. And it was like the surgery that was scheduled. And it's like, no, it's time to turn around. And started detransitioning herself. Again, it was and now she's, again, she's trying to build her life back. She's got a boyfriend who, the only guy she's ever been with, too. It's like 1 in a million shot. Dang, you got him. We're all happy for the two of them. But now she, finally, because her voice has been, she had a very pretty high pitched voice before, and it just, So she is starting to raise up, starting to GoFundMe to try and raise up the money to do surgery to try and bring it back up. Oh, not much. Another day, another war against the pedophiles and the supporters of pedophiles who just can't. Oh, it's bouncing. This is a pretty big crowd for me normally. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's like that's been the push today, though, to try and just make it very loud and clear. Richard, you are not welcome here. There are a lot of people in this community who have been victims of child predators and pedophiles, and you're mocking them all the time, making fun of them. Your very presence is an offense to them. It should be an offense, to Indy. Why you got her sucked in, God only knows. You'd think she would know better from the get-go. The second you start saying you like little boys, you should have been booted right then and there. But I think by the time that came out, but he openly talked about it on Discord. He's been smarter than not saying anything on Twitter, because, again, that's our thing. Guy, say goodbye to your account. He just got permabanned. But that's been the big push now. It's like we're just going to bombing the hell out of it. It's like, he's a pedo. Block him. And all y'all who are supporting him, saying he's a nice guy, he block you too. You're supporting a pedo. And frankly, supporting a pedophile is about as bad as being one, which makes me wonder, I think these guys probably are all pedophiles. But they found a workaround, and you get Indy to turn to a fort. Yay, she's legally adult. She's actually a female. It's like, come on. And I think they got her playing along with this. That is the frustrating part. Is she should know better. She's been groomed twice before by these dickheads. But I think back then it was just she was still a girl. There was no identity crisis mixed in there. Now they got that. She's totally fucked up on the head and all over the place, more than she was before. And again, this is part of it's like taking advantage of someone who was clearly vulnerable on these things. And it's just, and it's probably the most organized grooming she's been subject to. That's the thing. They have built up a little personal sex cult around her with her as the object of worship. And they've got her now got her down in L.A. in their clutches. And they're not going to let her go. They're already pushing her to go ahead and just move down here permanently. You can't go back to Seattle now. He knows where you live. You're in danger up there. Bullshit. Her dad lives like 40 minutes away, driving calmly, okay, with a straight shot down the freeway, right? And I guarantee you, if something's up, he's not going to be driving calmly. He could be there in half an hour. In L.A., yeah, her sister's there, and my best guess of roughly where this idiot, these idiots are, because I don't think they're up where her sister is. Her sister is at least, let's say on a good day, 40 minutes away, maybe an hour away on the 405. On a good day, a good time of day. If it's rush hour, forget it. She ain't getting there for hours, which is going to be a pain in the ass if, she needs it right now. Sorry. I'm stuck out around Anaheim right now. You're still, yeah. I have not heard from her father yet. I don't know if I would, frankly. I know I did leave a message on the number that I got for him, though. It was an answer machine. I think maybe a corporate answer machine. I don't know. We'll find out. But I did a message for him, and he saw it. I then muted for part of it for the personal information, but I unmuted for the rest of it. It's like, we are really getting worried because she's been incommunicado for the thing for ever since she got down there. She's not doing a lot of things. We can't trust the stuff that's coming out of her Twitter feed because we think these idiots have gotten access to it. And that's kind of the thing of, how did UMSI get my phone number? Well, if these idiots have been giving clearance to her Twitter account, guess what? Indy wouldn't necessarily have to give it to her. She just Went into Indy's DMs, looked it up. Ah, there we are, because I gave it to her in the DMs. So it's about halfway up on a very long chain. You have to go there, but yeah, eventually, yeah, there it is. But but the thing is, it's still the same thing. She gave, and a lot of people have done the same thing, given Indy personal information, phone numbers, addresses, real names, to her in DMs. And normally she was talking back and forth and helping them get through stuff. And I'm sure that we in the audience have helped her get through a lot of stuff. Because she's referred to her follower as her support group. But again, these idiots are just they're tearing down everything around her ears. They have gotten her to violate every rule she set up for herself in doing this. And one of them is she works solo. It's for various reasons, safety. She's by herself. No one's going to abuse her in this whole thing. She's in her own studio, in her own home, doing her own editing and writing and everything else. She doesn't work for anybody else. And I'm pretty sure that's how her dad was able to adjust the fact that her daughter does porn. Well, she's an online model is the way he would rationalize it out. Yeah, and then again, part was her motivation, at least what she said, was to help lonely guys, make a connection, feel like there's someone out there actually feels likes them and loves them, get that thing going and help them, and also never fuck a fan. Blew that already, because Lana is such an uber fan of Indigo White, and now she's tearing up that ass with those strap-ons there. I don't know if there's been any pussy action at all. It's all been, humping each other in the ass with these dildos. But, again, solo work. Don't fuck a fan. And keep it close to home, because she has serious anxiety, because she doesn't go out very often. She stays at home most probably. She takes a walk to the local store, but she's not a big travel person. Okay, for the most part, she'll go on a big trip here, but she got her out of her her own territory and comfort level. She's doing God knows what with these little wannabe dog person, and apparently plans for a 4-person gangbang. All of which will be videotaped and published on other people's channels. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to put it on here, but. Again, the backlash thing started when Lana started bragging about nailing Indy so hard in the ass that she actually made her bleed. That got taken down after 3 minutes because apparently it wasn't being received well. But also, these people, their story changes constantly. Like, bragging about, oh yeah, I called him, and I was the one who called him and everything, and then the second I met a reporter and she got her account locked for a while, it suddenly changed. No, it was fake. It was his wife in the next room. She called him. Which prompted me to pull up the phone. Yeah, let's take a look at that here. I still got the call log here. And again, here we are. No numbers are shown. We can go through, Maggie, Steph. Steph is on here. She's got 2 different phone numbers for technical reasons, because her regular phone wasn't working. She got a second one. So, but they're identified both as her. And then it got a couple of spam calls. But then we got no caller ID. One for about 11 seconds. One for, let's see, look at this other one here. One for 2 seconds. Ooh, that was intimidating. The other one for 11 seconds. That was the one. That was during the live stream. And the dipshit was out there bragging about it. Until she got nailed for it. And then the story changed. Oh, he faked it. No, pick one, okay? Because you need to recognize we're paying attention here. We're keeping notes, okay? Especially when you had the bright idea to try and say that, Gazer was Bob all along. He didn't. It was faked. He didn't. People. Wait a minute. We've live streamed with Gazer, and we know what Bob looks like. He's not Gazer. Gazer was like 35-year-old Asian bodybuilder type. What the hell are you doing? You caught them over and over again, clearly lying, blaming shit on me that they know that I have no possible connection with. Yeah, because again, here we go. This is what Steph is thinking here. I want to put this for posterity in here because I'm not sure the chat's going to translate to when it saves. Because I said, a pissed off Irish father is worth a couple of SWAT teams. And again, depending on how burned out her family is in dealing with Indy's weirdness, it could be, yeah. It would not take much to track her cell phone, which I assume is always on, and come, with help with local constabulary, come busting in, and Indy, throw your clothes on, get your shit, we're leaving, and then bundle her up, get to the airport, and then a nice long chat on the flight back to Seattle, Maybe sister in tow too, because sister needs to come home to Seattle for a few days, okay, and help sort out your older sister who's gone off the rails again. Yeah, most camera, I mean, some will. They'll make you part of the show, but you got to go through some hoops first. Okay, most of them are like, no, not happening. And again, another thing they're trying to push. He just wants to fuck you. He just wants to. We're not going to let him. I said no. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to ruin the friendship. Okay, which is what it's going to be if that comes to the point. Again, person one-on-one type of thing. It would be like the thing is like where the feeling is too much like daughter type of me thing. Again, it's not a perfect analogy, but not to a certain extent that would be the feeling there. This would be like my kid, and I'm pretty sure if we were to go go at a restaurant or something, like going to Denny's, ordering something. Oh, and your daughter, and what about your daughter? Got the same, Celtic Irish features that she could realistically pass for my daughter. Okay, I'm only a couple inches taller than her. They'd really believe it, but or she's wearing a binder with that short hair. That and your son, that might be the one time she pulls it off, and probably get a smart ass smile out of return. Yeah, shut up, but. But yeah, I'm getting all kind of, she's getting things about her dad swooping in, dragging her ass back up to, hometown and locking her in a room for about a month. You're not coming out until you figure out what the hell you are. I'm, however, getting the nightmare scenario where because they're alternating between she's having the time of her life or she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown, which is going to be my fault. Okay, well, if she's time of life, probably because they're not telling her shit. They're running her Twitter feed, posting occasional pictures from her. They're not telling her a damn thing. But if she's on a nervous breakdown, what happens if she actually breaks? It's like, I don't think these idiots are equipped to handle if she has a full psychotic break again. Yeah, and also if anything happens, like I said, this has been a process where a lot of times she's been ready. Steph's been ready to swap me and Nitty both with the 2x4 for going through all this, but she's gone through her old. Steph has gone through Indy's old YouTube videos, and she generally likes her now and wants to help get her out of this shithole that she's in. But yeah, I think the most physical affection would be a long bear hug. Okay, it's gonna be fine, My superfood, I really don't have one. Okay. I had some nuggets earlier. had a store brand Coke, and I had some ribs earlier and some mashed potatoes for lunch. Yesterday I had Lucky Charms for breakfast. Anyway, but yeah, that would be about because I just think where she just totally breaks, and rather than send her back to Seattle, they send her out here just to rub it in my face. You want her so bad here, you know, and we got to deal with her personally, trying to put her back together. Eventually, get her, calm down enough to send her back to Seattle to her family. But it would be just probably put her up in, I don't know, either La Quinta because it's nicer, or the Motel 6 because it's within walking distance. Which is actually kind of that way. Depends on are we going for real comfort here in a Wi-Fi access area, or just get a room, just settle down there. And then just basically just curl up and hug her for a long time until she, calms down and goes to sleep. Because again, I think if this thing goes, she will be a basket case if she really breaks down. And that's one of the things I'm worried about here. It's like, what happens if she does snap? Because it would not be the first time. She was in resident therapy for a while because and she described so she was totally dissociative. She seemed fine to everyone else, but meanwhile she's watching the walls bleed and stuff. So yeah, we a lot of people are genuinely scared to fuck of what's going to happen to her in all this. If this thing, they're trying to close the trap. No, you can't leave. You have to stay here. You need to stay with Lana. She really loves you. The way she's, yeah, and I'm also thinking about, and all the time Indy was with her boyfriend up in Seattle, we never heard much of anything of what they're up to. What her, she mentioned once she likes sucking his dick. Beyond that, we heard nothing about what the stuff they would do in the bedroom. Meanwhile, we're hearing all kinds of shit from Lana about doing all kinds of strap-on action and choking her and I saw that. Just the thing, stuffing my fingers in her mouth and hearing her groan. It's like, I was like, Indy, in all the years we knew next to nothing about what you and your boyfriend did. Are you okay with Lana running her mouth about what you guys are up to? Are you really fine with her releasing all that kind of personal information? Seriously? Another rule out the window. There's every rule she's set up for herself doing just boom, 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 boom into what the hell's left. And it's part of just totally destroying her brand and her online identity. The fans cannot trust her anymore with privileged information. She no longer talks to the fans. She doesn't answer DMs. She doesn't answer your ass on Tumblr unless it's from one of these weirdos that's feeding her lines. It's like they've pretty much isolated her from even interacting with her fans. And again, she hasn't done a live stream in a month on any channel, not Fansly, not any of her YouTube channels. And that's not like her. She was actually scheduled to she was late on a Teddy Chan stream. And she was going to do that, but then about the time that my letter to her dad arrived, that got yanked. And of course they went into fucking, conniption fits trying to, justify, it's the crazy stalker. It's like, everything is being, and again, they're throwing around the stalker charge like it's going to cover everything. Oh, ignore him. He's a stalker, And like a lot of people think that he's not acting like a stalker. He's more of a white knight type thing, trying to charge to the rescue. He's not, this is a stalker. One comment with one of the guys I'm talking about, his new girlfriend, wondering why he was on the phone all the time, talking to me, showed her. It's like, if she thinks he's a stalker, she's never had a stalker before. Which is funny because I know she's had stalkers before, and it resulted in at least one of them is like her developing anorexia for a while. Which was kind of a push. Eat. You need to eat. It's a constant thing that she has to not forget to eat. So they just throw this around like it's supposed to cover everything. No, it doesn't. Okay, like I said, how many stalkers say go back to your family, go home, stay in contact with your family, don't go golf with these weirdos. Okay. Like I said, if I was truly a creepy stalker, I would have camped out on her front doorstep back in Seattle. I'd have figured out a way to get into that building and just like, hi, Indy, wanna play? And there would have been that kind of shit. Okay. So no, and something I kept pushing when the DM's like, no, I'm not. Just, you're just the guy who jacks off to me. No, I truly want to be a friend here. I'm very impressed by your stuff, and I think this is someone I want to count as a friend. So I said, hey, let's start over. I'm Bob. Let's be friends. Okay. And now it's gone to like not just the next level, 3 or 4 next levels here. This has gone fucking nuts. And again, keyed in by a bunch of guys who came to me, including Gazer is one of them. One saying, look, is this legit? Do you really care for what happens to Indy, or are you trying to piggyback for a rent? No, I'm genuinely concerned for her. I think she's been hooked in by evil ideology, this gender crap, and trying to get her loose for it. Okay, we buy it. This is what's going on. She is being groomed by Mistron and Gene, the other people. And this is when I first found out about the trip to L.A. to supposedly meet her sister. But no, she's going to be hooking up with this Lana person and possibly doing a 4-person gangbang afterwards. It's like, okay. A few more puzzle pieces have fallen into place. And then I started, that's when I started hitting the ground hard here. And again, it's the point, Gazer was one of them. I was talking constantly, and he'd already made his mind that if something didn't happen soon, he was going to kill himself. And I was constantly, no, please stick around. No, we're trying to make it worth your while. And I was going and throwing tweets at Indy saying, for God's sakes, unblock him and talk to him. He is serious. He's going to kill himself. And put out a general thing. People, somebody, talk to this guy. Tell him he's not worthless. For Christ's sakes. But he went through with it. Apparently he live streamed it. Did a little speech beforehand. Talking about how he had tried to let Indy know that inside information was being fed to try and set her up with some guy who was basically going to rape her. Unfortunately, they trusted her mods with it, and the mods are the ones pulling the strings, so that messed that up. And again, he named the name, Mr. John, and also part of he thanked me for being a true friend, trying to step up and save her ass, and then proceeded to hang himself. He live streamed that. Some people saw it before it got taken down. And that is one of the things they're saying, oh, it's fake. They started pushing the line. He's lying. He's not going to do it. He's not going to go through it. And then when he did it, oh, it's fake. They were never really fake. It was always Bob. It was always Bob doing this. And that's the first demonstration when people say, no, we stream with Gazer. He is not Bob. And a few people, on her, chimed in her Tumblr saying, some of us saw that stream before I yanked. Stop saying it's fake. It wasn't fake. We saw this shit, okay? And they're really hitting it. Stop. Get rid of these guys. They're not helping you. They are not your friends. And that's what I've been saying. These jackals are not your friends, Indy. They are destroying you. They're destroying your fan base. They're destroying everything you've built up. They're cutting you off from the fans that you previously said you loved. I mean, you left OnlyFans because they were screwing over your fans. And I'm talking about how you went and not just deleted your account, you went to deleted each and every post you made on there, and they were still, charging your fans after you'd gone. There we go. Yeah, you go, and if you're, you can go back and you can look at the previous live streams. And yeah, he was pushing the femboy guy, and also those $42. He was. Some of those streams, she would pull in like $3,000 in donations. And half of it was from these jackasses. A large portion of that was from G/Richard. Mostly in those $42 streams. A $42, contribution to get her to take a hit of the bong. But other ones, it's like, The Flash and the Spank Bank. He threw a lot of money in that Spank Bank too. But it's like, come on. It's like, and again, it's one of those things, a little perspective. We're not the ones getting stoned all the time. We're not the ones being told, we're such, good, handsome boys. Oh, so manly. You're looking so masculine today. While she's dolled up in the makeup and the thing, and the hair's even with, funny little hair clips in your hair. Oh, it's so masculine. In what universe? For God's sake, the bullshit level is just, higher than, you should go to the stock show and thing. It's like I've seen less shit in a cattle pen, okay? I tell you what, let me pull up one of her. Whoops, no, not doing that. Let me pull up one of her videos here. I'll type. Captures. Here we are. This one is only about a year or so ago. And it's talking about why she left OnlyFans, but also her whole thing about doing her porn in the first place and why she does it. But also, for those who've been watching her stuff lately, notice the difference in what she was just a year ago and how they've burned her out, what they've turned her into now. Let's take a look at this.
This is a very impromptu video, and also I have this jacket on to assert my dominance. I'm just kidding. No, I have this on to prove that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? In case you wanted to question it. So, let's see, where do I start? Let's start with which straw broke the camel's back here. As I'm sure you have also seen on TikTok, there is a shit ton of videos of girls just being like, look how much money I made on OnlyFans in a month. I made $100,000 in a month. Isn't that awesome? I barely had to post anything. It was so easy. Like, why don't you just sign up with my referral link? It's literally a fucking pyramid scheme. Like, I'm taking this off because it's kind of hot. But I'm over it. I'm not on there anymore. For a few reasons. One, because I feel that the people who run it are sketchy. And no, I'm not going to elaborate on that. Do your own research. When I did have one, I had multiple people telling me that, like, they had subscribed or whatever, and they weren't receiving, like, they weren't being added. They weren't receiving anything, and I was definitely posting. So basically, they just, like, were not adding people who were paying to be added. And then when I canceled my account because people kept getting scammed, and I don't like my fans being fucking taken advantage of like that, when that happened, they withheld, like, they kept like my account up, and we're still charging people for like multiple months afterwards, after I completely deleted everything on my account. Because I didn't just delete my account when I deleted my account. I went through and hand by hand deleted every post first, okay? Because that's how you delete an account. But anyway, so I personally fucking hate them. However, it's super awesome that it is like a good avenue source and seems to work well for a lot of people. Like, my best friend is on there, so, like, I don't hold it against anyone for using them. I just personally find them to be sketchy as fuck. But, not that other sites aren't also. They're all sketchy. That's just kind of part of the deal when you're a sex worker. So, let me get to the actual topic that I wanted to talk about. Sorry, this is a hot mess of a fucking video. I'm just ranting. So anyway, so I've been doing porn for like 7 years or so. I started like right when I turned 18. I started on my free cams. I started camming. Now I'm on Pornhub, which they're currently having issues, which hopefully those get fixed soon. But yeah, so I've been doing this for a while, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about when I say I am so tired of people promoting sex work without any fucking warnings. I've seen so many TikToks. They're like, start an OnlyFans, start doing porn, and there's no like 18 plus tags or warnings or anything. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Oh my god. There are rules when it comes to making this type of content. You can't just do it without thinking about it. Like, you can't just post that shit anywhere for anyone to see. You can't just be promoting it all over the place. You have to tag your shit properly. Like, it's so irresponsible. And hold on my camera. So the reason it's so irresponsible is because sex work is not like doing OnlyFans. Let's just stick to talking about OnlyFans, I guess. Doing OnlyFans, making videos like that and content like that, however like safe for work you're gonna say it is, like, it is sex work. And for people that do not like sex workers, they see no difference in what you are doing from a prostitute or escort. They would call them a prostitute, but escort that like works on the street, okay? Which, I mean, you aren't any better than them. We're all equal as sex workers.
Yeah, how long, Indy, before you're doing escort work for these guys? Okay. Because that's another thing you said you don't do. You're gonna be doing it soon. Mark my words. They will be selling you out to somebody else. Hey, we got Indigo White as a possible day. Here, take her out, and then you have all kinds of fun with her.
However,
just wait.
They are going to judge you just as harshly. So even if you think that you're like sugarcoating it or whatever, it's not going to be that bad. Or I'm going to hide my face so people aren't going to see it. They're going to see it. Your friends and family are going to find out. Everyone you have ever known will see your porn. So if you're not prepared for that, if you're not prepared for like literally being a sex worker, that takes like not just anyone can do this. And it pains me to see people promoting it so blatantly without any fucking warnings. Like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love my job. I would literally never do anything else. You guys know I love doing this so much. Like, anytime I've gone and done something else, I come right back because I fucking love making porn. It's so fun. Like, I just love it. But there's like this attitude where it's like this new group of, I don't even know if I want to call them sex workers. I feel like they're almost like pyramid scheme people. They're just doing it for like money. Sorry, my camera's dying. They're just fucking doing it for money though. And like, yeah, some people can make a lot of money doing this. Most people don't. Most people are making minimum wage or less. So unless you're doing it because you absolutely love doing it, or this is literally your only option, don't do it. Straight up, just don't do it. Like, dead ass. Don't be a sex worker unless you're fully fucking prepared to lose a lot of friendships, a lot of, oh, goddamn it, my phone. You're gonna lose friends. This audio is gonna be so fucked up and not synced. I'm sorry, preemptively. Bubbles. You're gonna not be able to get housing. You're gonna potentially lose bank accounts. You are going to be doxxed. You're gonna be harassed. You're probably gonna get a stalker. You need to be fucking prepared for these things. A lot of times, if you go to certain countries and you are suspected of being a sex worker, you can get arrested. It's not like being a YouTuber. I know that I kind of do it like a YouTuber does it, but it's not the same. There are serious repercussions. Like, you have to pay taxes. There's a lot of OnlyFans bitches that seem like they don't think you have to pay taxes, which is confusing to me. Like, just let's use something recent that happened. The Gabby DiMartino thing where she fucking posted literal, like, cheese pizza? Bitch. Like, I'm losing. You guys just seeing a mental spiral during this video. Like, I'm fucking losing it. What the
Okay, clearly this is before Richard made his presence known as a pedo. Okay, otherwise, he at this point, she'd have kicked his ass out. And again, this is from my highly jealous wife who was threatened violence on me and Indy if something happened. Yeah. And she's not a particular, fan of the pornography industry, okay? So, back to this.
the fuck? What the fuck? Who thought? What? What? Please, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, do these people not understand that, like, websites like OnlyFans, it is porn? It is porn. You make porn. And on that fact, like, the people that are fucking just promoting this shit on TikTok being like, oh, sign up through my link and make me tons of money because I'm, like, only just making all my money off of fucking people who I've had sign up, and I've literally posted, like, one bikini picture and, like, have, like, fucking 5 subscribers, but I have, like, 50 fucking people who I'm leeching off of. I hate that they do that. It's so predatory, and I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
And in this case, though, it's predatory in reverse. You're now been suckered in by the predators, Indy. They're the 5 or 6 guys who you are, I wouldn't say leeching off of, but they're the ones feeding you the money now and all the attention and the love bombing and now trying to get you to stay within reach in L.A. Like I said, they've invested all this money. They're going to want a return on their investment. And that means, guess what? You're going to be passed around like a fucking party favor. At some point, it's going to realize, no, this is no longer, you are now being raped on a regular basis by these assholes. You said you would never do bukkake. You're going to be doing bukkake. They're going to put you on the table, and they're all going to be jacking around on you. You're going to get a dick up your ass, dick up your snatch, and one in each hand and one in your mouth. And it's going to be your disgusting nightmare. They also, again, we talked about it. I know about your OCD situation. You enjoy the oil and the goop when it happened, but the second it's over, it's off to the bathroom to wash up because
And, like, the amount of people that, like, constantly are just like, oh, I hate men, but let me, like, just make all my money off of them. Like, can we not do that? Like, I mean, those people usually don't last very long because people see through that shit. Like, you can't just use people. Stop being manipulative and shitty. Like,
and Indy, we can see it happening to you. Stop being used. Recognize you're being used by these guys. We can see it. Well, yeah, let's pull this up here. Let's say when that one live, when you were, this is on a YouTube thing, wasn't on Fansly, but where you're reading off my boyfriend application that I figured, you knew it was a joke. I felt that was a joke for the most part. That's why a lot of the stuff in there is, oh yeah, we could, You took the biggest bong hit I've ever seen in my life. It's only any bigger than I've ever seen you take on a thing. You were stuck on a thing for a good 5 seconds. This was a Cheech and Chong bong hit, lady. Okay? So you started off that thing high as a fucking kite, hit it a couple of times throughout the thing. I don't think you have been without THC in your system for a good 5 months. Partly because Richard has been hitting boom, at the 42, and you just, I've seen you had to reload the thing at least 2-3 times in a stream. You're going through it so fucking much, and it takes a long time for that stuff to leave your system. Longer than it takes. You wake up, you still got the THC running through your system there. So depending on how long it takes, when you take that first bong hit in the morning, it'd be like Kevin Smith. He's perpetually buzzed for the better part of 15 years until he finally his mental break. Well, again, for all we know, it's already happened at least once. But going to hear it. And again, also is it. Again, personal confession time here. It's like, and I said in the first video that started off this current push, I know, Indy, if, it would probably not be your first gangbang. I'm sure you'd probably done it. It would not be my first gang if I was there. But one of the fundamental rules of doing stuff like that, you don't do it with strangers. You do it with close personal friends who you've probably already done stuff with in the first place. Or at least everyone has done something with somebody else in that situation. So you're not totally, you're not bringing somebody unknown. Because I'm thinking about, the one that I started, in fact, was my ex over in Aurora. And it was part of the thing to get the group where we could do this sort of thing. And we're laying around in her living room and had a friend who was going through some stuff. She was married, but she's just feeling a little unloved or whatever. Nothing wrong with her husband. There wasn't anything on that front. But she was over there with it, and my ex is over there, and she's having things, so I start rubbing on her a bit. And pretty soon, it's getting a little thing, but the thing is, she and my ex had done stuff. I walked in on him one time, so I knew that was fun. And we done a little goofing around, priest thing, like at her husband is in a band, playing in a bar band. Did a little public stuff, mainly to scare off another guy who wanted to run at her. No. Me and her husband are fine because he trusted me. I wasn't going to hurt her, so he trusted me with it. So I made a very public makeout session by the bathroom where the light on, you could see, and it's like, you ain't getting a shot, buddy boy. I got it, But like back at my ex's condo, where I don't know what the hell, we were watching something or other. I don't even know what it was. But we're start going at it, and pretty soon it turns into a big, daisy chain type thing, Because we all knew each other well enough, and stuff was going on, and I'd done stuff, of course, my ex and stuff. So it was a very trusting environment, and it has to be for something like that. Because you get one wild card element in there, and so it turns into a disaster very quickly. And that is what, indeed, you are looking at right now. There's no way these are people anywhere intimately enough. I mean, you and Lana, that's one thing, okay? Because it's all strap-on action, although even that, though, you're in dangerous shit. Because, we've already been hearing how, she's injured you enough that made you bleed. How seriously? We don't know. If it really happened, we don't know. But kind of take her to word at that because she was bragging about this shit. So, there is an injury involved here. And continuing to do that kind of action will aggravate that injury. And maybe, may have been okay to do, but you lay off that kind of activity for a while to let yourself heal. Not doing that is going to turn the minor injury into a major one, and pretty soon now you're bleeding all over the place, and these guys are going to be, oh my God, what do we do? Will they have enough temerity to take you to the local hospital? Maybe. Will they have the guts to stick around? Probably not. Because that might be funny, the wake-up call, you realize you just got raped. And they don't want to be around when the shit hits the fan and the cops show up and questioning you, and it's these assholes. And instead of you give names instead of like, yeah, that bastard over there, and those are the two idiots. You know. But yeah, we're getting a few. Let's finish it up here because we're getting to the core nut of it here. Okay.
I do this because I feel like, the porn and jacking off aside, I make porn for people who are lonely. And also sometimes people that just like some weird shit or whatever. Because, like, I know there's a lot of couples out there that watch my shit and like, what's up? But for the most part, I make it for people that are lonely and that want to feel a connection with someone, because I feel like that's really important. And, like, there's a lot of lonely guys out there that want to just feel loved. So I make porn for those people. And, like, some people would be like, well, you could do that without, like, making porn. But it's just like, yeah, but, like, the porn makes it that much better. So, plus, it's just fun. Like, I'm just kind of a sexual person. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a hoe.
Hold on a second here. All right. So what's the shit you've been talking on Twitter about then, Lana? I've seen your tweets. You're talking about nailing her and stuffing your fingers down her throat and hearing her moan and shit. Which is it? But I've already been setting up a channel just for your, for your stuff here, yeah? Yeah, I heard that particular tweet got taken down about 3 minutes ago. It didn't even go over very well. Again, which is it? Never touched each other? You've been jacking on, you've been for like 2-hour videos done up here. You've been, so come on. Which is it, Lana? Have you been going at it with strap-ons in the ass or not? No, I wanted to hear a response, okay? I wanted a response out of the bad doggy, okay? Let me see if I can pull her back up here. Because again, we're finally getting someone who might actually, be willing to talk a bit. Now, let me see here. All right. Lana, you're back in here. At least you're on block, so I want to hear it. I want to hear you explain yourself. And frankly, if Indy's around, I want her in here. I want to hear some direct fucking contact here. Confirmation she's still breathing, by the way. Still capable of talking on the line. Because right now, we are not getting shit. Right now, for all we know, she's stuck in a closet somewhere, and other people are posting on her thing. We have gotten no videos that have been done down there. The pictures we've been getting is like a couple of them for Disney. And one of you two sitting by the pool. Then where the hell is she? Is she finally making her way back home? Because let me tell you, this little media blackout her mods have come up with. Uh-huh. Sure. All right, then what's all this talk about all the smoking weed and nailing each other with the strap-ons? Where's that coming from? Now's your time to come clean here, Lana. Are your mods lying on your behalf, saying what's going on here? Have you given them access to your account? But come on. Because again, we've been keeping notes here, Lana, okay, of what's been going on, what you've been saying online in Twitter. I don't know what you call them, but there's been a lot of shit being posted under your name on your Twitter feed. So the age-old question: were you lying then, or are you lying now? Let's see. I think we can pull up something here. Here's one. Explain that one. Already made a few, huh? I'm assuming you're not talking about sandwiches, because you're asked about doing vids. Oh, yeah, we made a few. I think they require some come out of touching, okay? Well, let's see if we can pull another one here. A little further up in the chat. So this one kind of leads to it. Well, look at the context there. Who the hell else would it be about? Well, then who is it about, Lana? Explain it to me. Who the hell is it about if it's not about Indy? Let's see if I can find the other one here. Here's a choice one. Uh-huh. So I think you might want to go online on your Twitter and explain this is not Indy. That you have not touched Indy. You have not fucked Indy in the ass with a strap on. And Indy has not gone with you either. That you're not setting up a big, 2-hour gangbang video. Let's see it. Okay? Pull that. Guys, you know who you are. Find me this post, okay? Like I said, we got a whole big thing built up here about how you and Indy are going to start doing videos together. How you got a whole channel set up just for you and Indy doing videos together. And the whole push to try and get her to move down there to the LA because she can't go back to Seattle. I know her address. She's in trouble. She has to stay down there safe with you guys. And again, I addressed that one myself on things. She's far safer from me in Seattle than she is in LA. I know LA. I don't know Seattle. She's further away in Seattle. She has family in Seattle. I'm pretty sure my van would not make it to Seattle. It might make it to LA, It's also a shorter flight to LA than it is to Seattle. It's like a 3-hour flight to Seattle. So when can we expect Indy to return to Seattle? Because again, this little blockapalooza going on where nobody gets to talk to Indy but her close personal friends who are wrecking her entire build-up thing, destroying her relationship with her fan base. Nobody talks to her but goes through those assholes, including an admitted pedophile who brags about it on fucking Discord, and then surrounded by a bunch of guys who, they're he never touched, he doesn't touch, he just watch. You look, you're a participant, okay? Again, Lon, this is your chance to be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem, okay? Again, part of the thing is they've got me blocked 6 ways from Tuesday. I'm relying on people, getting me this stuff. Well, again, look at the context. The whole thing is that Indy's down there, canoodling with you. And we're getting nothing from Indy, okay? So we can have it on your sworn testimony here that you did not touch anything. You have not, the only time you've seen each other naked has been in each other's videos, right? Because they've been making a big deal how you two are getting together, and there's a 2-hour video in the makings here. Now again, if you've been talking about somebody else, fine, I'll take that. But again, we're getting nothing as far as direct thing, and Indy's not saying anything online as far as that goes. She's not interacting with her fans at all. All right. All right, I will take you at your word for this, but I'll be watching. So, folks, well, again, you might want to contribute to the solution here and stop letting it be spread by countering it immediately. Don't let, kind of quit playing the pronoun game for one thing. Like, clarify, you fuck some guy, not Indy. Because it's getting interpreted as you and Indy, but fuck like bunnies. Going at it with strap-ons. Well, I think you blocked me too, so it's a little mutual. You blocked me out of the fucking blue. I don't. What the hell I said that upset you so damn badly? I think the comment I made before that was totally innocuous, and it's only blocked. What the fuck? So I'll tell you what. Let me dig you up here, and I will unblock you. Hold it. Okay, you're unblocked. I just unblocked you, Lana. So let's have it. Prove to me you're not part of this little conspiracy, okay? Again, put that in what you just said on a tweet right on your thing. Tag me in it. I will put it up here for all to see. It's not a court of law. I just want, again, you've unblocked it, so I will see it. Tag me and I will definitely see it. And I'll put it up here and we'll have it on record. Where? Let's see if I can find one that doesn't have a naked ass in it here. Let's see. That's not really proof of anything, dear. Okay? Hold on. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this. And let's go... no, not video file. Hold on. Get out of that. Let's read this together, kids. Okay, so no, I didn't have to make... yeah, for one thing, let's cut off the thing of everyone trying to report everybody, okay? Let's calm that shit down, because it's not really working either. Okay, and I'm grooming, not assisting grooming. This man saying I'm grooming. Again, been in front has nothing to do with it. Done here, sure. So what? Not done much. No power imbalance between us. Has been nothing sexual. Okay, nothing sexual between us. I've encouraged you to connect with friends and family, which I don't even need to do because she has huge support from many people. Okay. Did not come to stream really. He came over. We sat by the pool and talked about our crushes, smoked weed, and ate ice cream. He told him about his life while I built Legos. Puppy fell asleep on his lap. Didn't even kiss. Took a few selfies. And yada, 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 yada. Mm-hmm. All right. You see, the accusations, though, you start losing a little bit here, okay? And I have not attacked Indy, okay? And please, please, stop with the fucking everybody reporting everybody else here, okay? And again, your little thing about, calling me deranged and you identify as the fucking dog, you lose a lot of credibility with that stunt there, okay? So I think you might want to reevaluate what you consider deranged or not, okay? And again, for the most part, it's also a case of blame her mods because her mods are feeding a lot of this too. They're separating her out away from her audience. And again, lovely Richard has been openly talking about he likes 14-year-old boys, but he doesn't touch. No, I unlocked her. Okay, that's why we're talking right now. But yeah, let's say this whole thing about her being trans in the first place is not organic. It has been steered by these idiot mods of hers. One, because she's not doing it like traditional trans would be. She's doing it, like I said, one thing said, a TV reality show, and it's going to end badly because a lot of stuff is apparently geared to pissing me off. Trying to get to me and you chop off your tits, he will leave you. No, it's not happening that way. That's not the way. That's not the nature of my feeling. You lose credibility because you're claiming to be a fucking dog, Lana. Okay? A little rational thought here. Between the he, him pronouns and claiming to be a dog, it's like you have no credibility as far as calling anybody else deranged. You are as female as they come, and human. A little objective reality, okay? If you're going to start throwing words around, you better start considering that. So, no, I'm still not happy with you, okay? Again, that's not the way it comes across here, and especially in today's climate. Oh, they identify as a dog. They're a dog. And this whole gender ideology thing is, I think, is inherently evil to begin with. It's formed by a couple of pedophiles and a few actual Nazi scientists, okay? So I'll offer you this, Lana, okay? Again, a chance to become part of the solution instead of part of the problem, okay? Well, and with everything else going weird here, I mean, look at the crazy world we're in right now, Lana. What am I supposed to think? And like I said, for what I was, following you, then suddenly got blocked out of the blue for some bullshit reason or something. I don't know. So we can dispense with the thing about making, Okay, guys. Since we got Lana finally saying stuff here, we will, declare it. Okay? I'm trying to say that right now, Lana. Shut the fuck up, okay? Guys, let's leave Lana alone because she's now finally stayed on the record. She has not done anything with Indy. She's not, they've not gone at each other, hammer and tong with the strap-ons. So let's leave her out of it now, okay? I want some clarity here. I want some accurate information, and I'm not getting it because they're blocking my ass at 6 ways from Tuesday here. And they're blocking everybody else. And she's not answering DMs anymore. She's not answering asks on Tumblr much anymore, except for like apparently planted by our resident pedo Richard. And they're opinion that we won't get another girl video out here for another year if we're lucky. We haven't gotten a girl video out of here since the genie thing. Everything else has been femboy. You're pushing it, Lana. You are pushing it here, okay? I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I think you better give me the fucking benefit of the doubt, all right? You're making it very hard to cut you any slack here. So again, to the best of your knowledge, where is Indy right now? Well, it's coming up on 8 o'clock in L.A., okay? So what kind of traveling could you be doing at this hour, okay? I mean, I suppose the 405 is starting to break up a little bit by now. Well, again, I think we have now that we've clarified that. Okay. I mean, none of us can exactly undo what has been said previously, but I think we can say, okay, fine. Let's set the record straight. What has been accused did not happen. And again, guys, let's lay off Lana. She did not ass rape Indy with a big thing. My experience, Indy's not really into clubbing. Okay. And she doesn't drink. Okay. So what would be the point? And also, you want to talk about dangerous situation? There's your dangerous situation, clubbing in L.A. You know? Again, this is a tense situation on all sides here, okay? We're trying to find out what the fuck is going on here, and her oh so careful protective mods are not helping. And they haven't exactly been doing you any favors, because a lot of this shit about what has been coming from them about what YouTube been up to. Okay, we've established that. You hung out at the pool, ate ice cream, drank weed, your puppy fell asleep on her lap. Okay, done. Anybody else was somebody else who choked and fucked. Okay. And it also matter if Indy would unblock me and explain this, I wouldn't have to be doing the mass bombardment from all corners that I can think of. Okay. You think maybe it's like a little feedback would help? Not just me, but all the other people she's been blocking left and right at these her idiot mods, insistence. Because again, one of the things I was going to do after this video was compare this with just maybe a couple years ago to the one she did, the last video she posted, the one about me, at least the second half of it, and just notice the change in behavior. Here she still full of light, and the next one's just burned out. They're running her into the fucking ground. And again, this is where you can become part of the solution instead of part of the problem. That even apparently that part of the problem is as a distraction. No, I'm not going to make another video. I was going to play another video. Over. And Lon, it's what I do. I'm a YouTuber. I got the thing here. It's what I do. I do videos. Like what prompted this was kind of a bam back and forth with Indian and DMs is trying to get an answer. I don't think I got to think it out on thing. That's why I started doing videos for. The person in the middle of it not necessarily going to know what the hell's going on. She's been groomed twice. Okay. That makes you vulnerable. Okay. Go look at my channel, okay? Don't just make. I got plenty of shit in there. This whole thing is a bit of a distraction from my normal routine, okay? I mean, just because I'm not doing comparison tests of various dildos doesn't mean I'm not making content, okay? Yeah, you might look into that. Okay, that might be where part of the thing is coming from too. You might have a ghost on there. You might have an imposter on your hands. So look to that. But guys, okay, Lana is off the hook now. Okay, we're gonna take her at her word. Then no, she indeed did not do anything. So hopefully that one rule is still in place. Not fucking a fan. Okay. And any push to try and get her to move to L.A. to be closer to Lana, because as you say for that way, is not coming from Lana. Okay. It's coming from her idiot mods. Some of them are in LA. And Indy, if you want to keep me from stop doing this kind of flailing around shit, then fucking unblock me and we can talk, okay? We can actually talk, and I get direct shit from you on this, okay? Instead of having to work around all different corners and putting together some kind of guerrilla warfare, underground resistance shit, okay? But I think the larger issue still remains. No, you are being groomed, okay? These guys have got it together, and they're separating you from anybody. And you are taking major hits. People are leaving because they're no longer getting that feedback. They no longer have that connection. You fucking set up the established. We're getting that right part of the connection here. Yeah, let's see. Let me pull that up here. Well, apparently somebody challenged her on why you had to say that. Well, because, Okay, let's go ahead and pull that up here. Well, they'll put this up here. Okay. Again, we're getting no clear info from the other side. Right, let's pull the other one up here. Well, again, there'd also been some indications that you were advertising this kind of thing, okay? This is what happens when you start blocking people all over the goddamn place, okay? So let me pull this up here again. So here's a quote tweet here. Whoops. It happens. That's why I pay for the damn package. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Those who can't quite read it. Okay, you're officially off the hook for this. Mistakes in interpretation have been made, and I apologize if you got caught in things. So, kids, leave Lana alone. Focus on the groomers. Because, yes, I still think there's shit going on here. Okay? So, let's get out of that. Okay, I'll take care of this bozo. You, bye. and you are not helping. Okay. Again, part of the issue is we're not getting any information from Indy. She's, and no explanation. She was going to be off. It's just gone, and again, she got my number from somewhere, and the simple explanation is that she has handed control over or access to her Twitter account to her mods, which is not unusual. It's done by the larger accounts, the larger celebrity accounts, and the setting is there. So either Indy gave her my number or MC went looking for it herself in Indy's DMs. Either way, we cannot trust Indy with privileged information. One way or another, these guys have got access to it, which has put the fear of God into everybody in the fan base who has shared personal information with her. So there is still a major reclamation act to be done here to repair that situation there. Because right now, her relationship with her fan base is totally destroyed. Nobody can trust her because of her mods. So, like, at best, they're overzealous. But with everything falling in there, it's looking like, no, they are all part of a grooming operation to steer her down this thing so that they can have the little femboy to have some fun with at some point, okay? But yeah, you get a hold of Indy at some point, tell her I'm black my ass and we will talk. We will sort this out. But hiding behind a block wall because Mr. Block him, he's a stalker, he's betraying you. I did no such thing. Like I said, that tweets going back, I was asking for advice on how to proceed or whether or not I could keep pushing this here and there or just sit back, let nature take its course, which it usually does. Because generally it comes to the biology will assert its out, especially at her age. It's going to wear out. No, you were not a girl. No, you mean you were not a boy. You were a girl. You got physical issues with your tits? Yes, granted. Let's do something about that. Get properly fitted for a bra so you're no longer hurting so much, or maybe, extremely go for a reduction. But you are not a boy. Get this idea, this gender ideology crap out of your head. I still say her therapists have utterly failed in this. But okay. So I think we have solved a few of the issues here. Lana's off the hook. There apparently was no big gangbang down there. There's no hookup, so maybe it's could be possibly a panic response here, and hopefully we will see Indy back in Seattle soon. But a big part of it is they're getting her to block everything in sight and not responding to her fans. And this is the kind of shit that happens. So yeah, tell Indy she wants to worry about fixing this thing. Stop blocking people on this, but get rid of these idiot mods because they've been driving this problem. They're the ones who apparently been pushing to block everything and keeping her stoned constantly and twisting her little mind into thinking she's a boy. I mean, I've seen enough teens where Gene Richard has been, you'll look so much harder, you chop your tits off. I'll pay for this. I'll pay for the surgery like it's a fucking matter of money. That is what disgusts me more than anything. Like, you fucking idiot. You don't know her at all. And you don't give a shit about her at all. That you would think, I'll pay for it. That'll be fine. That's not the fucking issue, you idiot. And the thing is, every time I do a video, they go into fucking panic mode. Do a little closed meeting of what, just them, how to respond to this, how to twist it. Blame everything on me. Gazer is dead. That is a fact. He killed himself over this shit. Get off this thing of blaming. I'm saying people have streamed with Gazer. They saw the live stream where he killed himself. Quit saying it's fucking fake. That's the kind of shit that starts this thing and perpetuates it. All right. We've already had someone die over this crap. Enough. So yeah, Indy, you want to get all this shit? Unblock me. We will sort this shit out. But also get rid of these fucking mods that are ruining everything for everybody else. Why you tolerate Richard's presence? He's an admitted pedophile. That whole thing, oh, I look, but I don't touch. You're still watching this shit, so you're participating, you're perpetuating the market. People are making shit and ruining kids' lives so you can get it, you can jack off to it. That's why just watching the shit is illegal. Because it keeps it going. And why you tolerate someone like that when the shit you've been through yourself, Indy, is incomprehensible. You should be, again, the video said your response to this, when someone's posting that shit, send them to the cops. You should be doing the same thing to these idiots. Because he's an admitted pedophile and the rest of them are supporting him. Get rid of them. All of them. Like, if you need a reminder, let me dig up the list here that I did a while back here. Because this has gotten so beyond stupid, it's not even funny. See if I can find it. Because unfortunately I've been busy chatting for quite a bit here. Because, yeah, Rosetta, again, who's had many of the same psychological issues when she was a kid. She was, taping down, her tits and wishing the hell she was a boy. If the, no, that's right. Steph's got the concise list. Hold on. Where are you? There you are. Whoops, here we go. So let me get this up here. What? I will. Just hold on here. So let me put this up here. I know, but let me hold on. I've got to edit this because we're going to take out Lana's name out of that because she's no longer the problem. The rest of these jack-offs, block them. Block every one of them. Mr. has a deadbeat dad and behind on the payments and stuff like Gene, pedo. Vince is a fucking psychopath. Oopsie, this is all the same person. This is the 3 we know about. She got up to 7. D Record, he's just an idiot. He's spoken on times. I think she's had to call him out a few times on stupid shit. But the rest of these get it. Godfather is a fucking gun nut psychopath. I didn't put Peterman in there. Hold on. But Jay Peterman's also a fuckhead. He wants to see the video of, Gazer killing himself because he wants it for a screensaver. Sick fuck. All right. And yeah, here we go. One more. I'm assuming there's supposed to be a Thursday in there. He's Brazilian. He's still learning. But again, the only thing that makes any sense, though, with her thing about what I did could have gotten her killed was that they said, that I was trying to get a diagnosis to get her thrown in a camp somewhere, and they heard Eden mentioned as part of it. Her situation is nothing like Eden. And no, I wasn't doing that. She never bothered to ask me what I was doing, and not in any kind of detail. I'm trying to get an opinion. Just blew at me. I said I was trying to get an opinion of what I should do here. Should I, do I need to, persist here, or should I, again, step back a bit? I never got that far. In fact, the doctor I did ask, the only response I got back was, nope. She wouldn't have nothing of it, so it wouldn't go anywhere anyway. But this whole thing, they saw their chance to get my ass out of the way. Because I think they apparently saw me as a bit of a threat to her, to their hold over her. Because they were really, they're getting there. Oh, yeah, we got her in control, but she was listening to me. We were arguing, but she was listening. And I guess I was making a point or two because, But again, Indy, like I said, people I decide are friends, I am very fiercely, defensive of and protective of, and I will go to extreme idiotic lengths to protect them, which is, this is what you're seeing here. So if you want to de-escalate this thing, unblock me, we will talk. And again, stop calling me a stalker every fucking time you turn around. I'm not a stalker. For Christ's sakes, they keep throwing that around all the damn time. We are not stalkers, for God's sake. We're trying to get you out of what's, at least from what our perspective, is a very bad situation here. Now, again, apparently maybe not as bad as I thought it was, because it was being set up that you were going to get down there and they're going to televise a gang rape of you. But again, depending on, considering what we were being led to believe, how the hell could we believe anything different? There was talk about you and Lana hooking up and doing a video together, possibly followed up by a 4-person gangbang. Hold it, Let's back the fuck up here. There we go. And again, either posing as you or spinning the turbo so it make it sound like, yeah, you nailed, Indy. And all kinds of fun things, because that's what the story go around is, that you did a big long video with Indy. So this isn't just my interpretation. This is what I'm being told. What's been said around here. So we've got cleanup on all sides here. Okay. And again, a big thing is when you start blocking, guess what? We have to go through different channels to find out what the hell's going on. And it apparently it does turn into a big game of telephone after a while. So let's try and de-escalate things a bit here, shall we? All right. We're coming up on 2.5 hours. Again, Indy, you could stop. Again, I don't think we can stop this whole thing from getting totally off the rails. Again, on a personal level, unblock me, we can actually talk. Get off your high horse and that Irish temper, and we can actually talk and sort things out here. Because again, people have been tracking this whole thing for quite a while. It all started happening when they really started pushing, mainly from Mistron and Gene and other ones, pushing you to do more femboy stuff. Cut your hair short. Get on there, And part of the information that was information that that you were doing trans before you announced it. That you're cutting your hair before you announced it. That you were breaking up with your boyfriend before you announced it. And unfortunately, they thought they could go to Mistron with, because you weren't having any of it. They thought they could go to Mistron with the information, and he's apparently masterminding the whole fucking thing. And he's, apparently directing the whole thing. Block him. He's betraying. He's a stalker. Get rid of him. I think you need to, a little period where fuck all the moderators. Get rid of them all. Start over. Run your own website for a while. Because this has been such a clusterfuck on the whole thing. You got fans leaving because they no longer talk to you. You no longer talk to them. That's part of the whole foundation of what you're built on. There's being able to talk back and forth here. But these jackasses, they're talking about you doing private cum shows. Now again, if that's not happening, you better call these fuckers out. Because they've been telling lies on your ass. If you haven't been doing any content while you're down there, fine. Say something. We need a nice, big, broad context. Say, no, I have not done any content during this trip. I'm on vacation. Like I said, my DM's always open. I will bring you on. You can say it to everybody and tell me to go fuck off and die to my face. Okay? This situation has gotten so incredibly stupid. I got it up here. The conversation's still there. And again, I could pull up a video from just a year ago. And you are nothing like what you are now. They've been hitting you with the $40 donations to get you stoned constantly. When was the last time you've gone a day without that fucking bong? Did you take, again, even Lana said you part of the day was smoking weed. I've seen they had to refill that bong like 2 or 3 times during a stream. I'm not putting that up, okay? I've already made that thing. But Indy, really, okay? If nothing else, you've gone back. If they made you go back in your word, as far as again maintaining contact with your fan base, and also supposed to be 50-50 as far as the content goes. Everything for the past 5 months has been femboy tainted. The one moment it wasn't any kind of femboy was the second half of your 4th of July striptease. That was it. That was the one time it was all girl, whole thing, no femboy tint at all. So no, these guys have been steering you down this road to nothing but femboy and try to get your tits chopped off. And keep that hair short. It's like, block these guys, get rid of them, and get back in your own head for a while without these idiots feeding you this crap. Block their asses. They are not a good influence, okay? I mean, really, they're pushing you down a road. You're going to go off a fucking cliff. So, we're now at 2.5 hours. I'm going to wrap it up at that point. Indy, DMs are still open. A lot of people saying the same goddamn thing. They've been sent DMs. You are not responding. For whatever reason, fucking start answering these things and clearing this up. Because you are losing fans. A lot of people are just quitting in disgust. They're not going to renew their fans, or they're just quitting it outright. That fair sale is only going to hold up so long. Those numbers are going to start dropping back down. Every TikTok has been put up has been from before you left. The videos on the porn app were before you left. We've gotten a handful of selfies from the thing, but, what the hell are we supposed to figure out from here? Especially when we're getting stuff from apparently Ahmad's indicating that you and Lana have been going, like buddies for the past couple days. Now, again, you're not doing Lana any favors on that, because now she looks like a fucking psycho. I think she's still got some issues. But I'm willing to, take her at her word that, no, this hasn't happened. It hasn't happened beyond a hug. Okay, fine, great. Yes, we established that. I pulled up the fucking tweet and I acknowledged it. Okay, nothing happened. Say something else, stupid. You're coming late to the fucking party, pal. I already posted the thing and I shared it on screen. Shut the fuck up if you have nothing else to say. Again, you're in my house. I don't tolerate shit. If you start getting out of line and start to do things, you will get out. You will get bounced out of here. Don't think you're going to come in here and tell me how to run my fucking chat. All right? Have I made myself clear? Yes or no? I'm not seeing a response. I'm going to give the same chance Indy gave me in a chat. I want to hear a yes, sir, or you're bounced. All right? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out of here. Well, I just banned him. So, Indy, we got to clean up the makeup here, okay? I'm not sure what you're meaning there. Indy gets once coming to here right around. Okay. A little something my mother did when to her fourth grade students. Read that out loud as you've written it. And tell me if it makes any sense. Not what you meant to write, what you actually wrote. Now again, tonight is probably, again, we've already been there for 2.5 hours. I'm not sure, Yeah, exactly. Now again, tonight is probably not right. Again, because we already got a lot of screaming. I don't want to add to it here. Again, I love the kid. Okay, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna jump down her throat here on anything big. I am gonna jump on her about her catering to these fucking sicko mods she's got around her, though, to the exclusion of people who have known her for fucking years. Okay. And again, people who have shared personal information with her, names, phone numbers, they're scared shitless now because of this stunt they pulled calling me during that one live stream. It showed right there. Their information is not safe. So best case scenario here is her mods are out of fucking control and need to be shown the door. Because they've shown they cannot be trusted because they'll invade, whatever, get the information out of her thing, and they've made it clear they will dox and report anybody who dares crosses them. That's not the job of a mod. One, they shouldn't be doing it on Twitter anyway, but it's like, no, these people need to be tossed out in their fucking ear. Because a large part of the problem is the way they're running things. I don't know if there's any kind of legal recourse. The best thing at this point is, again, nothing really illegal has happened, but it's just fucking skeezy as all hell and fundamentally rude. She promised that, they'd keep content and make content. And this part, I would just play the part of it. Part of her whole modus operandi was lonely guy, making contact, making him feel loved and stuff. That's not happening. That has been totally betrayed. Whether intentionally by Indy or not, or just by reckless action by her mods. Either way, that thing has been totally destroyed. Again, that's why I titled that one video, The Death of the Legend of Indigo White. Nobody can trust her now. Oh, that's the one thing I've seen the class action lawsuit against me. For what? I mean, one, it's like, a lot of them have. Yeah, I know. I got you in here. On both your phone numbers on here showed up as you, which makes a guy trying to call back. Going, which number did you call from? Or trying to get a hold of him. Which phone number is within reach for you to get to it? Yeah. But yeah, there's a massive cleanup effort to be done here, and part of it is going to be getting rid of these idiot mods who have made a mess of it all. They're talking about it, but again, these idiots don't know it because, again, you want to talk about, trying to sue. There's got something called a discovery phase where they start imply also what judge is going to take a Twitter fight as a court case. Okay, get real. I mean, like I said, Indy threatened me with a restraining order. Well, I'm pretty sure she talked to the same cop I talked to up at her local department. Because again, I talked to a detective up there, and he called back to clarify things and find, and I managed to clarify a few things on there and told her our concerns of what's going to happen and what we think is happening here to the best of our knowledge, because we're getting nothing clear. Then this is what apparently is happening, what we're concerned about. And I suspect if she tried calling the local cops to get something going, she probably, that name, yeah, this is yours, right? Here's the other half of it. Talk to her. Yeah. So yeah, I'm willing to bet that she talked to the same detective I did. And he probably told it. No, I've talked to him. We talked to him twice, and he's sincere. He's really worried about you. Anything you want to tell me about? Not really. Not without revealing some stuff here, but a large part was I just told him what we think is happening here. That she's been groomed twice. She's looking like she's being groomed a third time, and we're worried that she's walking into a fucking trap down in L.A. Yeah, wife was wanting food. And I think we saw enough of this here, so I'm going to clear that out. But yeah, folks, just you want to see the personality change and shift. Just go to Indy's YouTube channel and look at the videos. She's got videos going back like 5-6 years when she first started doing the YouTube channel and talking. And they're real good. I got we're talking about her tattoos, playing that, and also going through, and then just a year ago, complaining about guys on YouTube posting their Pornhub stuff, and I chimed in. I said I reported these guys, and again I pulled up an email where the whole thing got yanked. So, okay, a big part of the question has been answered. No, Lana has not been ass raping Indy with the dildos. They didn't do anything. They did not film anything. We can scratch that off the ledger. Okay, it didn't happen. We can relax on that front. And again, Lana, I'm sorry you got tied up in all this, but you also, you're kind of wrapped up in a lot of shady characters here. Because it does appear there is an attempt to start grooming Indy here. It's happened before. Once you've been groomed, you're vulnerable to it. And it's already happened to her twice. And when these guys, been getting her hitting that bong nonstop, it's a little easy to miss a lot of warning signs. Maybe, or again, we're not getting anything. And Indy's not talking. Okay, not really. We've gotten a couple of selfies here and there, but that's it. With very little content. And any video that gets posted, like on her TikTok or her Pornhub or her fans, was done before she left. Which is indicative of goddamn nothing. So again, Indy, we need to fix this. Okay? Your mods have made a royal mess of this because, through their actions and trying to ban everyone under the fucking sun. That has to come to a screeching halt. Take away their fucking authority to do anything and stop following their orders. It looks like they're calling all the shots here, and they made it clear: you cross us, we're going to be banned, you're going to be doxxed, and they don't get the fucking shit. Well, yeah, she's making money, okay. She's getting the thing, but the thing, it's, I'm sure the Pornhub thing is dropping because the femboy stuff is not going over well. The Pornhub ranking has dropped. What you were in the mid-30s, down to 50. If you're looking at my stuff, apparently if you just do female only, you're down to in the 60s. Yeah. Stop the embargo. Talk to your fans. That's what you started off with. That's what you built everything on, was having a relationship to back and forth with your fans, with your audience. For example, when you talk about not being a, again, make more money important anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and it's brought up, guys in porn are really just, living fuck dolls. They're just there to be the stand-in dildo. Okay. And again, most porn, it's like you might see the guy briefly, but mostly it's going to be you just see the dick and the girl bouncing on top of it. Okay. And again, that's one of the things I said about how you really want to go to. You're damaging your brand by going this femboy thing. Nobody wants. It's a trend. It's a fad. It's gonna die off. You don't want to be the. You don't want to be the person in 1985 that put all their money in mood rings. Okay, or pet rocks. Or someone today sitting on a whole warehouse full of Cabbage Patch dolls. It's like, yeah. I paid $300 for the Tickle Me Elmo. He's worth 10 now, only because he's still in the box. Again, this is the sort of thing that wars get started over. Lack of communication. So, Indy, get off this he's a crazy stalker binge and fucking talk to me. Your online image is now trash because of what these idiot mods of yours have been pushing. Blocking everyone under the sun, declaring this guy's a stalker. He's betraying you. Nobody's betraying you. And nobody I've experienced is stalking you, for God's sakes. We're being pushed to these links, just trying to get in contact with you some way, okay? So you need to show these idiots the door, get them off your fans, because they're booting them people out of Fansly. Only people talking on these chats out there is just them. The only ass and tumbly response is from them or something that's expected to be implanted by Richard. Because they go so overboard to complain about the fancy stuff. It's just to drive you to reverse psychology, push the other one just out of stubbornness. Yeah, part of the gag and orgasmo is just you thought you were going to see somebody get some hairy ass being your boy. Yeah. And they're, serious professional porn. I'm blanking on the names, but, I know Kylie Ireland was in there, one of them. Other ones, I'm just blanking on the names because it's been so long, but just the broad's about to drop and then, Ron Jeremy didn't get it. Why? Why were you afraid of it? No, you don't get it. And he saw. Okay, I get it, guys. Now, okay, that was the thing. Oh, right. Yeah, a large part of this though is just what the fuck. Okay. Yeah, he was. And he was. I forget the name of the Sperminator or something like that. He's in the first scene on the set. He gets hit by the air gas. Oh, it's so good. Boom, falls over. Yeah. Ron's in there a lot. He's a major character in there. But yeah. So yeah, at this point, okay, Indy, we're back to this now. It is good you're enjoying your time in LA. I hope the hell you've been in contact with your sister. And running around with her. Like I said, while you're running around, check out one of those bras, Jeanette bras. There's 4 locations down there. Yeah, Lana was here, and she said her piece. She's established, no, she and Indy did not do a prolonged sex, thing with her. Did tape anything. Now, she's gone on the record now. She never touched Indy. They didn't see each other naked. They hung out for a day, ate some ice cream, smoked some weed. Her dog, dog fell asleep in Indy's lap. That was it. The only contact they had was a hug. So, okay, Alana's off the hook. She's not. She's gotten pulled into this thing, and I apologize for getting her in there. But okay, I will let that go. That doesn't change the overall issue. These guys are clearly grooming her. They're trying to steer her down this road. And they're feeding, feeding delusion only gets more delusion. So, And they've been pushing this trans thing, the femboy crap on stop. Okay, AJ, father of Dunwich, you're an idiot. Okay. Meet the block hammer. Okay. Fuck you. All right. All right. So we're going to go and get out of that here. All right. Well, again, it's all part of the whole, thing. If you say you're trained, the preferred pronouns, I don't play that because it's a gateway drug to the whole thing. Or it's first the pronouns, then it's something else. Then pretty soon again, you're a point where you have to take, somebody seriously when they say they're a dog. It's like, okay, that's a bridge too far here, okay? Because again, the modern thing, we can't take it on face value that it's an obvious joke, okay? Because that's how idiotic this whole situation has gotten on this movement. But yeah, we need to we need to resolve a lot of this. Because again, that one little stunt they did to try and intimidate me destroyed the whole credit, any trust people have now that information that is given to Indy is safe. It's not. These guys have gone to great pains to point that anybody crosses this, you'll be doxxed, you'll be, we'll use their information against you. It's like, well, guess what? People are voting with their feet now. They are leaving. And I have been saying, guys, run. Just get the fuck out. For whatever reason, Indy cannot be trusted with your information now. These people have access to it, and they will use it. Those of us who are still sticking around, we'll let you know when it's safe to come back. But for now, get the fuck out while you can. Protect yourselves, protect your families, protect your jobs. Get out. But also, don't depend on Indy. We are not your fucking stalkers. We're trying to help you. Okay? Blocking everybody does not aid that. Okay? It just brings up more suspicion of what the fuck's going on. What are they hiding? It's just feeding the whole thing, and this is where we're at. And that's most of the cases really. It's like again, I've got over 24 detransition in my thing where they went through it the standard print, where they withdrew from everything, changed the name, and unfortunately a lot of them went through surgeries. And they realized this was a horrible mistake. I have fucked up my life. And part of my effort in India is trying to keep you from doing that, okay? Trying to protect, what my big thing saying all along. Yeah, for the most part, I really didn't give a rat's ass what you call yourself. But I was saying all along, don't do something stupid and irreversible. Because again, cases like yours where you're not even going through a full transition thing, so it's debatable how trans are you. It's like, this is not, no. You really don't want to go that far, okay? But again, I also remember being 27 and bullheaded and impetuous. This is what I want, I'm going to, and then, no, not so fast, okay? Because what you made your mind up, at 26, you realize when you get to about 30, it's like, oh, fuck. Did I make a big mistake here? I mean, right now as it stands, it's just, they got several months. Look at how fucking idiot. For the older ones in the crowd, I'm starting to look like Professor Irwin Corey here. But for the younger ones, look it up. It's a good comedy bit. But yeah, and they got, listen to their stories. I tried sending one to you. I don't want to ever threaten. It was Ryan. She doesn't trash anybody. She actually said, no, I don't begrudge anybody who has done this and happy, but this is my story, and this is what happened to me. And there was a few parallels in there. It's like, no, you finally, no, she wasn't trans. She was going through something else. And that's about 90% of the stuff is, it's something else. And you got a laundry list of something else. Okay? I know she's still being a bitch, but she, again, looking at her perspectives, I think she had a little bit of the right to be a little snippy. Okay? But again, I'm trying to offer a little bit of slack here, so like, I expect a little in return, Alana. Knock it off with the stalker talk, okay? Because again, one of the guys I'm working with, he got a girlfriend, and asked him, why are you on the phone all the time? And he showed her the stuff. He's not a stalker. She thinks he's a stalker. She hadn't had a stalker before. They're more of a white knight coming into the rescue type thing. I got a kick out of that. Yeah, I think a lot of it is, I put a lot of the blame on these mods because they've been feeding a lot of this. I think a lot of they were making it starting to look like that Indy and Lana were going at it, and they're going to move in together. And it seems a lot of it is aimed directly at me to try and piss me off and throw me off, and stop trying to take her away from them. I know it's it's part of the whole thing. It's like it's a slippery slope, But again, it doesn't help when you're not getting direct information and keep getting cut off from getting direct information. Again, Indy, blocking people does not work in these situations. You need to talk to them. And the part of the whole thing is like, you can't have this negative information. Negative information if it's the truth. It's like, well, again, that's the situation's been fluid, and I'm still saying these mods are dangerous and they need to be driven out. They're the ones feeding a lot of in one pushing that she's trans, because this didn't come out of they've been pushing all along. They've been nudging her towards it, getting them. Doing more femboy content, cutting her hair, dressing, and then finally, I think you are trans. And apparently, it's also looking like they had a hand in breaking up her and her boyfriend so they could get a crack at her herself with someone, either personally or vicariously through someone else. And then that's where Lana apparently fell into it. That she was apparently the honey for the trap. And they've been making noises about she should stay in L.A. She's safer down there because I know where she lives in Seattle. And again, it's closer to L.A. than it is to Seattle from Denver. But Indy, come on. This has gone too far on the stupid level. And it's been fed by your stupid mods pushing this shit. So, come on. Get rid of these idiots. They have not been helping you, okay? They are not your friends. Yeah, and if you haven't already, talked to your family. Again, I left a message with your dad about what we thought was going on here. And again, so far, yeah, all right. A good chunk appears to be a false alarm. I'm glad to be wrong on that, okay? You're not going to hear that from me very often about being glad to be wrong, okay? I've been told I'll argue with a fence post, but. So we're, But again, the only thing I want to see on a thing is you getting back to Seattle safe and sound with a new collection of t-shirts and stuffed animals and some videos of you at Universal and more stuff from Disney, okay? Well, that's it. Forget, I again advise avoiding Disney. It's a pit these days. But, again, this should be a very ample demonstration of why blocking people and refusing to talk to them is not good in these situations. The imagination tends to fill in a lot of gaps that aren't necessarily there. But yeah, there's enough enough things in there saying this is not a good situation. Maybe it's not as bad. Again, maybe it's not as apparently not as bad as we thought, but it's still not good. You still got a nest of vipers who snuggled up there and they're trying to twist you in around to their little ways. You're tolerating an admitted pedophile in your midst as one of your close personal friends who's throwing money at you every fucking 10 minutes to get you stoned. And a bunch of people who are supporting him. All of them need to go away, far, never talk to you again. Yeah, this is from my wife, okay? I'm not sure what to argue with about, I might talk, I would like to question George Washington on a relative of mine that paid a visit one time, but that's another issue. So, end date. You need to get away from these fucking mods, okay? They are not helping you. They are hurting you badly. Their actions have caused a lot of misinformation and mystery. And again, they have gotten access to personal information they had no business having access to, and have threatened to weaponize it. They tried it on me. I've got the live stream, and I've got a edited video of it showing it. And because of that, they have destroyed your reputation with your fans. They are leaving. They are scared to death, and they are leaving. So again, you want to fix this, you better unblock me, and we better figure out a strategy here. Because right now, rebuilding your reputation online is akin to rebuilding the Hadrian's Wall. It's just, there's nothing there. And again, these guys, between keeping you stoned all the time and constant the femboy, the material is just, everything is just fucking depressing. It's some poor femboy getting caught doing something or having to confess something. It's like, who gets a kick out of that? Okay, it's depressing as fucking hell. Yeah, and as a result, your Uber friend Alana has been caught in the crossfire on all this. Again, Lana, I'm sorry. Okay? You shouldn't have been mixed up in this, frankly. But you were, because circumstances dictate here that something was going to happen, and guess what? You were the obvious suspect here. Well, it might help if you tone down the attitude a little bit, okay? Because you're still not coming across as very sympathetic in this, okay? But okay. We are at 3 hours. So, thanks for watching. Thanks if anybody subscribed. If anybody comes in later and throws a thanks at me, thanks for the contribution, because I certainly need it. I'm trying to get this thing built up. And get up here, make this properly. Oops. And enjoy the outro.